Good morning, children. In this video, I will be taking the topic of blood transfusion and blood groups from the chapter Circulatory System. Now, sometimes due to some severe accident, some diseases, or due to some surgical operation, it becomes necessary to inject blood to a patient. This transferring of blood from one person who is called donor to the vein of another person who is receiving the blood called recipient. This is called blood transfusion. Now, it appears to have been attempted in Europe as early as 17th century. The blood transfusion process took place. But before the discovery of 17th century, or before the discovery of blood groups, blood transfusion frequently resulted in patient's death because people were not aware of the blood groups. The blood transfusion should be transfused from the donor to the recipient should be compatible. If different blood group is given to a patient, this will result in the clumping of. Clumping means the red blood cells will stick to one another to form a clot. Agglutination will take place. Clumping of red blood cells will take place in the blood vessels. As a result, the blood vessels get blocked and the person dies. It is because this was being pointed out by Karl Landsteiner in 1900, who discovered that the blood of individuals, they differed chemically. So he was the one to recognize he said that there are two types of special type of proteins called antigens, capital A antigen A and capital B antigen B. These two antigens, capital A and B, are present on the surface layer of the red blood cells, that is the plasma membrane of red blood cells. Then he said that there are two types of another type of proteins called antibodies. Antibody A small a and antibody B small b. These two types of proteins, that is antibody small a and antibody small b, are present in the plasma of the red blood cells. Now, the red blood cells of an individual may possess either antigen A or antigen B. If the red blood cell of an individual is possessing the antigen A, then the blood group of that person will be blood group A. The name of the blood group is on the basis of the antigen present on the membranous wall of the red blood cells. Then if an antigen in an individual, the red blood cells contain antigen B, then the person will have the blood group B. Or if both the antigens are present, and in some cases, none of the antigens are present. If both the antigens are present, then the blood group will be AB, and if the antigens are absent, then it is blood group is O. If the distribution of antigens which will determine the type of antibodies in the blood. So the type of antigen will decide the antibodies of the blood of that person. And antibodies, I told you, again are of two types, and we represent it with antibody small a and antibody small b with a small letter, and is present in the plasma, that is the inner fluid part of the cytoplasmic mass in the plasma of the red blood cells. It is the antigen, it will decide the type of antibodies in the blood. As all types of antigens and antibodies cannot coexist or are not compatible. For example, if a person is having antigen A, then it is not compatible with the antibody A, small a. Because that antibody small a means that is anti, ANTI, anti means against to antigen A. But this antigen A is compatible with antibody B. Similarly, antigen B is incompatible with antibody B, for it will be anti to B antigen. But it is compatible means it goes with antibody A. Thus, antigen capital A and antibody small b can exist together, and so antigen B and antibody A will go together. The antigens A and B can occur together if their antagonistic means the opposite antibodies A and B are lacking. Similarly, antibodies A and small b can exist together if the antigens are absent, A and B are absent. So, depending upon the distribution of antigens and antibodies in the blood, Landsteiner classified the blood into, he classified into 3 groups, but the 4th blood group was given by D. Castello and Sterling, and in total there are 4 types of blood group, which are named according to the type of antigens present. So the blood group A, it means it will have antigen A and it will have antibody B. The blood group B, it will have antigen A, but the antibody will be small a. AB blood group, both the antigens are present with no antibodies. O blood group is no antigen is absent, both the antibodies are present, so it is blood group A. So in blood transfusion, the antigen of donor should be compatible, should go with, should be matching with the antibody of the recipient. So this is the main concept during blood transfusion. One has to be very careful that if a blood is transfused, then the antigen of the donor should be matching with the antibody of the recipient. Otherwise, the corpuscles of the blood donated becomes agglutinated, that is, the red blood cells will stick to one another to form a clump and block the blood vessels. It may prove fatal, that is, death may occur, and a person can receive or donate blood to the other blood groups as given in the table. See, the blood group is A, antigen present is A. I have told you the name of the blood group will be on the presence of this protein, which is present on the outer plasma membrane cell of the red blood cells on this surface. Then antibody in the blood group A, the antibody will be small b, and it can donate blood to its own blood group A and can donate blood to the AB also. But can receive blood, this blood group can receive blood from its own group A and O, because the O is not having any antigen. So it will not affect, this reaction will not take place with this antibody. Similarly, blood group B, antigen is B, antibody reverse of it, small a, it will take blood from B and AB and can receive blood from B and O. Then AB, they both the antigens are present, no antibodies, can give blood to only AB and can receive from all. O blood group, no antigens, both the antibodies are present and it can donate blood to all and can receive only from O. So the universal donor is O and the universal receiver is AB can take blood from all the groups, whereas O can take the blood only from the O group. Now this concept is being taken at the time of blood transfusion. Now, universal donor and universal recipient, I have explained you. Let us see from the book. People belonging to blood group O have no antigen or corpuscle factor in their RBCs. Their blood group can be administered to any other person because neither of the antibodies A and B will be agglutinate these cells. Hence, they are called universal donors. On the other hand, people belonging to blood group AB have both the antigens in their red blood cells but no antibodies in their plasma. So these persons can receive blood from persons of any blood group and are therefore called universal recipient. The second factor which is considered during blood transfusion is RH factor. Actually, this factor, RH factor, RH factor is a chemical substance which was first discovered in the common monkey called Rhesus monkey. So according to his name of that monkey, Rhesus, this factor has been given the name RH. RH stands for Rhesus monkey. And we'll find that RH factor is found in 85% of white population and 93% Indian population. Most of us, 93%, do have this factor. A person is said to be RH positive and we represent it with RH with plus sign. RH positive if its red blood cell contain this RH antigen. And if this antigen, this factor is absent, then we say that person is RH negative, RH with a minus sign. If he has no RH antigen on his red blood cells, then he is RH negative. Normally, the blood of the RH negative person does not carry any antibody that can react with this antigen, as RH negative does not have any antibody in it to react with this RH factor. But such antibodies can be produced in the RH negative blood who comes across with RH positive blood. Supposing the person is RH negative, and during blood transfusion, we have injected the blood of a RH positive. As that person has no antibody for RH positive, so on getting this foreign factor, the negative RH negative blood will produce antibody against that blood for that RH factor. It will produce an antibody. So at the first instance, first time, there is no harm. But if the same RH positive blood is transferred to the RH negative person second time, then already the antibody has been produced in the RH negative person during the first transfusion. So antibody will act against that RH factor which is coming with RH positive blood, and that will produce a reaction and the person who is getting the blood may die. So let us read it from the book. Now we'll find if RH negative blood come across RH positive blood. In such cases, the transfused RH positive blood act as a foreign body to RH negative person because that person is not having the RH factor. But the blood coming contains the RH factor, so this will be a foreign body for this negative person. His body proceeds to produce antibodies called anti-RH to destroy the transfused RH positive red blood cells. First transfusion is not apt to be serious, but repeated transfusion may result in severe reaction and ultimately lead to death of RH negative person. So that is why it is harmful. So RH factor is also considered. So there are two types of people person having Rh factor positive and person without Rh factor is Rh negative. Then the Rh factor plays a very important role in pregnancy. This I will take tomorrow. Thank you.